This is the PRMatch PressRoom Dashboard. This is going to be the place where your news, your press releases, your stories, and your news clippings are kept. There's a few things you need to check out here. You've got an ability to create a new press release or a new story by clicking on the New Release button here. You can also create a new clipping. When you create a new clipping or a new release, it'll eventually come to live right here. We'll start off with the new clipping feature. When you click new clipping, it's going to pop up a box. I'm actually going to click on the clipping we already have here just so you can see it. And within the new clipping place, you're going to put a URL of where this press clipping lives. So when you find something online, whether it's a video or it's a news story or blog coverage, put the URL here. Just cut and paste the title of what that article was here, and then include what the source was here. So for example, this is a clip from USA Today of a Black Friday story that was done on one of our clients that we're including in our press clippings. So there you go, and then that appears here. You have some options over here. You can click this just to edit the details as we just did. You can also do that by clicking here, or you can delete it from this menu here if you'd like to. The press release is a little bit more involved, so we're going to tackle that now. When a press release is listed in here, you've got the option to view it, to clone it, which basically means just to copy all of the data and files and associations that are with that release, and bring that into kind of a new draft release. There's also the distribution option, which will allow you to send that press release out, to manage sending that press release out to members of the media or other folks that you've got in your distribution lists. So when we click on New Release, it brings up a blank New Release template. I'm actually just going to use this one, which is the same thing. It just is going to be pre-populated with the information. So when you click on New Release, there's a bunch of different options here, and I'm going to now take you through the Edit tab of the new release. So as you are navigating through this, you'll notice you've got summary, content, quotes, links, and media. And we'll start out with summary here. This is where you're going to start. So first things is we'll choose a header image. This is going to be inside the press release. This kind of goes at the top of the screen. We recommend a 90 by 200 image. This is the title of what your press release or what your story is, and then of course you have the subtitle, the date line. This is just the city and state, and then the date of where the story is breaking from, and then a summary. We recommend 1 or 2 paragraphs, nothing too lengthy. This is what's going to show up next to your release in the press room, and it's also kind of going to be the if somebody in the media doesn't have the time to read the whole release, this is what's going to hook them to read the whole release. So once those items are in place, you click over to the Content tab. And the short pitch, this is sort of the social media pitch. This would be something that's 180 characters or less that is fittable in a tweet, and we just recommend a quick sentence about what that is. Maybe it's actually your headline, it could be something else, but just a really short pitch. The details, this is where you're going to get into the bulk of your story. We just have some lorem ipsum in here to fill space, but you can put, this is where you would do the full story, whatever that looks like. And then there's an embargo date, which is if you'd like the media to hold off on covering your story for a particular amount of time, you can pick a date. So maybe we don't want coverage until June 10th. You have some different stylization features here. You can insert images and links and change the stylization of the text that takes place in here, and you can actually do that in real time. You just kind of highlight something and then select it, etc., just like you would in a regular word processor. Once that is done, you have some additional optional items here where you can include quotes. So for example, if you'd like to add a quotation to your pitch or to your press release, what you might do is you can pull a quote out from the content, something that you want to kind of stand out. It might also be a quote from some other person. You simply click Add Quotation. Very simple. Put the name of the person up here and their quote in here, and you'll notice that it just comes to live right in here. Again, you can also click delete if you'd like to delete some of those quotes. Let's see, just like that. Removes it. Links, similar to quotes, just if you'd like to add any URLs to the press release, there's a special section at the bottom of the press release for that. Link title, maybe I'll just if you want to send somebody over to Google. I don't know why you want to do that, but maybe you're Google, you're doing a press release on a new feature or something. And there you go. Click save. You'll notice that that will populate over in the links list, and then that will eventually be available in your press release. I'm going to delete. Well, we'll just leave that in there, I guess. And then media. This would be if you've got anything you'd like to include with the press release. So right now we have these 3 images, and there's some additional files that are available. These would be from our media library, and we went over that in another video. But if you'd like to get access to these, you simply click Include and Release, and it will move it up into the current files. So these files are the ones that are currently attached to the press release. If you decide you don't want to include these, you click Remove, and it will easily move them back down into your available files. And there you go. You can include different things that are in here. You can also upload new files. So if you don't have something in your media library that you would like to include, you can upload a new file. This will bring up a multiple file upload box, and you can just select the files that you would like. Let's see here. I already have that in there, but it might already be here's a picture of me playing Ultimate Frisbee. So there we go. We can upload those files. You'll notice that it will appear in the file list. Should pop a little thumbnail there. And then this also will automatically populate into the media library. And if you remove it from the release, it actually will just drop back down into your available files. It's not going to get deleted. It actually will stay in there. So if you decide you want to use it again on a different release, you can do that. But let's keep that one back up in there. And at this point, I've got all of these files loaded. I've gotten all my content. I can click Save. It will save my changes. And if I go over here and click on Preview, it will give me a preview. Now, this is already set to Published, but if I click Unpublish, it's just going to toggle that. This is what you would normally see when you first create a press release. So press release is currently in draft mode, not listed for viewing. When I'm ready to make that live, I click Publish. There you go. And if I want to click Preview, it'll open up a new tab, and it will load in the current press release. And so here you are. You've got, this is the header image that was uploaded. This is the headline right here. This is the subtitle. This would be the date line. Again, social pitch here. This is a bit.ly link that will bring you right back to this page. So anytime you share this, it will bring you back here. You can easily share this entire page with people simply by tweeting it, sharing it on Google+. You can share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, or you can share it via email. Here's that summary we talked about. The details of your story are here. There's an embargo date, so media knows not to release it before this particular date. Here are the quotes that we added in. Here are the links. The media is down here. You get a thumbnail preview. You can also download if you would like to. And because we had some additional images in here, they list the documents. So there's an MP3 that we included, which gets linked down here. A little about your company, a little story, and that's it. You'll notice at the sidebar on the press release, this logo is going to be set in your Logo and Style tab, which we covered earlier. You can download a press kit directly from this release. You can get access back to your primary public-facing press room, links to your social shares, contact information for within your company of who's going to, or within your team of who needs to be contacted. And if you've opted to have if you've connected your Twitter account, you'll have your most recent tweets available here as well, and people can actually tweet directly at you. We're going to hop back over here. And that is how you create and publish a press release using the PRMatch press room.